Hi, Alan Voivod from Star Wars 7x7. I'm here with Jeremy Meadows. He is the Senior Manager Marketing Strategy with Nissan. And Nissan, of course, is the maker of the 2017 Rogue One Limited Edition Nissan Rogue. Not only that, but as part of the campaign to introduce the Rogue to the world, they created this amazing thing called Battle Test, which I'm going to stop right there and say, Jeremy, what is Battle Test?
All right, so Battle Test, it started with a campaign idea that we had as we were starting to work with the team at Lucasfilm of how can we make something that's exciting and relevant to both the Nissan brand and to Star Wars fans. Mm-hmm. And we started with a basic way in of saying our car is tested and ready to go for a customer before they buy it. The story of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is about a group of rebels that are their own way. They've been tested in life, and now they're coming together for this ultimate battle to go steal the plans for the Death Star. So that's where the idea started of Battle Tested. We wanted to bring those two basic ideas or storylines together. And so what we did is we took a Nissan Rogue and put it into a simulated testing environment, and the simulation is Star Wars themed. So it is like you're in part of the battles that happen within Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
And that's sort of the ultimate expression of what happened. But it really started first with the initial commercial, correct?
Correct, yeah. So once we had that core idea, we went out and we filmed a commercial out in the desert in California. And that was the first edition, so to speak, of Battle Test. And we were so happy with how that piece came out. We quickly went right back out into the desert and shot additional content for auto show videos, for digital banners, and then ultimately now it was just released, the 360 VR experience that we have here at Celebration.
Now, you were telling me just before we started recording about that intermediate step, about what you did for the auto show, and that I feel like that's a great, step to how you made it to the VR experience as well.
Yeah.
And it was a really unique and remarkable thing. Can you explain how that all came about?
Yeah, sure. So we first did that TV commercial, and it's great. I'm really proud of how that came together, what the team did there. But we also said, we have this LA Auto Show in November. Could we bring that look and feel to life on a stage? Mm-hmm. And I'll proud to say that we did it, and we did a great job. We worked with a really great group of people at our teams, and they put together it's like the ultimate auto show experience that you see on a stage. We had a 70-foot round LED screen. We had our Rogue on a turntable that would mimic the movements of the video that was going on behind it. So everything that we saw in the TV commercial, they brought to life on stage. In addition, we had pyrotechnics going off on stage to the beat of everything that was going on the screen behind it. Wow. And smoke and lasers, and it was a larger than life, so to speak, environment. So that was the middle point for our campaign, as well as that we moved that into other digital spaces and social media and all that. But we weren't done there. And we decided we're going to work with Lucasfilm and the team over there to do this 360 VR experience that just came out.
So how do you go about building a VR experience when Nissan has never done anything like this before?
Yeah. So we don't pretend to be the experts. I mean, we build great cars, but we are not experts in VR. So we work with some teams that we have on our agency side, but most importantly, we asked Lucasfilm, hey, is this something that we can collaborate on together? We think there could be a really interesting way to demonstrate our safety shield technologies that are in the Rogue, as well as bring what we did to life in the TV commercial and in the auto show and in other deliverables within this VR 360 experience, and they were on board. And it was really great to work with them because they themselves are pushing the envelope with 360s and VRs. And so they said, well, let's do this together and really push it to the level. So we did it with Lucasfilm, ILM, and Skywalker Sound. So wow. A lot of the team that worked on the movies worked on this with us. So it was really great to collaborate with them really firsthand.
And some of the behind-the-scenes videos that we've seen for Rogue One, they show that 360 immersive environment that Gareth Edwards was creating, like when you're in the U-Wing and you see it on Scarif and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So it's that same kind of movie-making aspect that's actually brought to this experience then.
Yeah, it is. We took that very same approach, and so all the team that had worked on that for Gareth worked with us.
That's fantastic. And so people have the opportunity to experience it here at Celebration.
That's right.
Which is fantastic. The booth number, again, is?
3628.
3628. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's going to become a Star Wars number that you think about, I think. Like at the 2187 and 3628.
That's right.
And when people want to experience this after Celebration, also, where else can they go?
Yeah, so we have it available on the Nissan USA channels on YouTube and Facebook, as well as the Oculus store and some other stores that are VR related. So they can download it at home, whether they have a headset or if they have a mobile phone, they can experience it both ways.
That's terrific. And so when you created the VR experience, we were talking before the recording about getting the 501st involved and about doing pyrotechnics,
Yeah.
and right next to the vehicle. Like, can you talk a little bit about that, like of that level of detail?
Yeah, as an automotive advertiser, I never thought I would have pyrotechnics on set for a commercial. And one great thing that what the team at Lucasfilm has done recently with the movies is that they're using a mix of practical effects as well as CG effects, computer generated. And we wanted to do that as well for our advertising and our commercials that we did. So we actually had real pyrotechnics on set, and then they laid in some additional CG on top of that.
So K2SO was CGI, I presume?
Absolutely, yeah. But, we had a real driver who was out in the real environment, driving the car around with pyrotechnics going on off and around him, as well as those were real stormtroopers and real rebels that we had all around us. It was really great to be in that environment with those actors with us on set.
And you were filming in the Mojave Desert, and also I think you said at the Paramount Studios lot, is that right?
Yeah, we filmed at a couple different lots because you can't do everything out in the desert. So some things you have to do on a set. So we moved it to a set environment and built the engineering control tower. We had that built on set, as well as we built a virtual Nissan dealership for one of our commercials in a studio environment. It was really great.
And it was so convincing. You were telling me before we started recording about somebody from the 501st who saw footage of this.
Yeah.
And they were fooled.
Yeah, they
basically.
were. So the very first time we showed off the commercial, it was to a press event out in New York, just before it went live on TV. And we had the 501st Garrison with us from New York at an event. And before the journalists were in the room, we invited a couple of the guys to come in and take a look, and wanted to get their litmus test, so to speak.
Right.
And when it was done, they said, I just think I saw a scene from the movie. I said, well, you didn't, but we wanted to get that feeling across. And they said, is there more? Because we only had a 30-second commercial done. And I said, well, more's coming, because we had a 60-second version that was coming shortly after. And I said, then there's the auto show, and there's even more coming, because we were starting to work on this 360 VR even then.
Got it. So if you are looking to experience this online, you can go to sw7x7.com/battletest, all lowercase, and that will take you straight to the Nissan landing page that has all the battle test information on it for you. If you are here at Celebration Orlando, you have all 4 days. Well, actually, since we're recording this on Thursday, you don't have much of Thursday left, but you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get here. And right behind us, actually, in fact, I'll move the camera here, we have the folks doing the testing, or doing the battle test with the headsets right behind us. It's very cool that they get to do that right there.
Yeah, we have 6 headsets set up for everybody. We want to make sure everybody gets a chance to try to experience it.
And so they just queue up in here, and you get to take advantage of it. It's really awesome, and I highly encourage you to do it. I'm really looking forward to doing it and figuring out how we can get it on camera, so that way we can.
Yeah, it's a great experience. I'm a little biased, of course. But...
Well, yeah, Jeremy Meadows, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it.
No problem, sir. Thank you.